we're just saying don't buy it. Just choose something else instead, because there's so many great alternatives that are warm, that are stylish,
but
that don't harm
there was
animals.
saying that it is actually essential for the health of the sheep. So how can you argue with that?
Well, I think we shouldn't delude ourselves, because it's not as though sheep were just dropping dead left and right before humans invented the shearing process. And in the natural order of things, sheep would produce as much wool as they need to protect themselves in the winter, and then they would shed part of that wool all by themselves in the summer months. But of course, animal agriculture is greedy, and so farmers have genetically engineered sheep to produce far more wool than nature ever intended.
Is it greedy, Charles? Are you shearing your sheep for profit?
Absolutely not. I think I've just heard the biggest load of rubbish ever from the young lady in the studio. To quote that they've got videos from 30 sheds and it's absolutely rife through the industry, when there are absolutely hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of shearing systems and sheds throughout the world, is a very, very small percentage. So I don't, in my tiny brain, I can't see how you can actually collate a few instances it to being widespread throughout the industry. But let me just put the economics facts absolutely bare to all your audience. It costs me £1.50 to shear a sheep every year. I return £1.25 for the value of the wool. So actually, I'm losing money on every sheep I shear. So therefore, there is no economic incentive to shear them. I do it because it's absolutely essential and necessary for the health and welfare and the well-being of my sheep.
So let's just put that to Lisa. So nothing to do with greed there. It's actually costing him money to do it. Why would he do that?
Well, come on. Charles is in this business to turn a profit. He's not in this out of some sense of humanitarian goodness. And, you know, the thing to remember here is it's 2017.
We have to shear the sheep at least once a year. If we don't shear the sheep, it actually is worse for the sheep. It's cruel actually to leave the wool on, because they become much more prone to fly strike and maggots in the wool, which eventually, after a day or two, if you don't spot it and treat it, get into the skin and cause them all sorts of serious damage.